Hi everyone, Father Lamb here, and today is Ash Wednesday, March 2nd. And before I begin, I just want to thank all of you who were supportive of us doing Cooks with Collars. Really grateful to you. We reached our goal and really appreciate your generosity. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, Ash Wednesday. So often as you and I think about entering into Lent, very often we kind of focus on ourselves. In one sense, that's not bad, but it's really not what we need to do during Lent. We kind of focus on self-improvement. How can I improve myself, whether it's physically, but maybe spiritually and so on. What we really need to do is we need to focus on Christ. The church gives us in the readings today, every Ash Wednesday, three pillars. And those pillars are prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. For all of us to take a look at our prayer life. What's your prayer life like? What needs to improve? Sometimes we need to have more time for prayer because we're all too busy. Maybe we need a deeper prayer. Maybe we need a prayer that's more real, more sincere. Am I just saying my prayers, or am I really praying from my heart, really connecting to God? Our most important relationship in life is with Christ. We have to ask that question: what's my relationship with Christ like? What do I need to improve or change in my prayer life? And then fasting. Just to mention, our Holy Father, Pope Francis, has asked us during this Ash Wednesday of, fasting from meat and also not eating, between meals, that we offer that up for peace in the Ukraine. And that's a great thing we all can do. Everyone's concerned about that. We need to really, really pray for peace there. So today especially, let's offer up our fasting and our prayer for the people in the Ukraine. I mention a lot because I think it's one way to really open up the avenue to prayer is for us to consider fasting from some form of technology. We're all way too connected to technology, whatever it is. Maybe you watch a lot of TV, maybe it's Facebook, maybe it's Twitter, maybe it's video games, it doesn't matter. Telephone, email, internet, we're on it all the time. And it doesn't mean you even quit it completely, but if you set it aside for a half hour a day, that opens up a lot of time for prayer. And if we're really honest, when you and I think about that and turn it all off just to be still in the presence of God, sometimes that threatens us. We're afraid just to be alone with ourselves. Almost like it's too boring. We need something to grab our attention. And that's what you and I need to fast from and just be in the presence of God, just to give ourselves some time with God. Then prayer and fasting lead us to almsgiving. Almsgiving is a fancy word for doing some good. Doing good deeds, acts of charity, things like that. In a couple of weeks, I think it's March 12th and 13th, the bishops of the country are going to have a collection. So you have a collection in every church for the people in the Ukraine. If that's something you want to give to this Lent, that would certainly be something worthwhile. But also, prayer and fasting should motivate us to help other people in any way, our neighbor, just help at home, just different acts of charity that God's calling us to. So often when it comes to Lent, we think about, what am I going to do for Lent? Let's kind of shift that around this year and ask the question, what does Jesus want me to do for Lent? What do I need to bring into my life so Jesus and I have a better relationship? What do I need to remove from my life that Jesus and I can have a better relationship? Take a look at prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. To really deepen your relationship with Christ, we need time in prayer. And take a look at technology for a moment and just sort of shift the technology in your life. Turn it off for a little bit. None of us are that important that we got to be plugged in all the time. And spend some of that time in prayer. Pray the rosary for peace in the world. And if a whole rosary is too much right now, pray one decade. Gather your family together whenever it's convenient, before dinner, after dinner. We're going to pray a decade of the rosary. At Our Father, 10 Hail Marys, a glory be, for peace in the Ukraine, for peace in the world. We need to gather together and do this, not just watch the news of all the atrocities that are happening and going to happen. We need to be part of the solution by praying and being people of faith. And if every one of us, each family, gathered together and prayed a decade of the rosary every day for peace, we really might be able to change the world. God bless you.